Relationship is something that can drain you psychologically, physically, and emotionally. So if this thing has that power to drain you to that extent, then it's always important to think through it before you enter. Looking at yourself, we don't even have any plan of marrying in the next 5 years. But people are entering into relationship, we also enter. That is something that I would say you are just joking. Your goal of entering into relationship is what matters, but not the relationship itself.
Full reality. You are the head when it comes to set issues on campus, and I believe you hear people come to a lot. In reality, on this ground, are people dating themselves?
I would say yes, and you see, some of the stories when you hear them, you ask yourself, do these students really understand what they are doing? It's quite sad to the extent that somebody is ready to just take her life out of this world simply because the other partner say we cannot continue. So I ask a simple question: what was the reason behind this whole thing that you guys started? This whole thing you guys started, what was the reason behind it? Do you really know? Do you really find out from the guy whether it's not for fun? Haven't you had your fun? He say yes, we had several fans, so I thought it's something serious. I say, you see, this is where you made a mistake. This is the beginning of it. You see, you are entering into an entity, something that does not belong to you. You are all having fun, so prepare your mind that it's just for fun. We've had several of such cases on campus now. And on daily basis, I worked on client students with this kind of challenges, going through depression, some going through stress, all because to them, their relationship is not working. And the relationship that they claim is not working, you ask them simple question: what was the reason for entry? They cannot tell you the reason. Some will tell you, oh, he has been forcing me, he has been pestering me. He has always been pestering me, so I decided to study him. And I said, okay. In the process of studying that person, what went to? See, sometimes you commit so much into a company that does not belong to you. This gentleman does not belong to you. This lady does not belong to you. Even people who are married, sometimes they cheat. How much more a lady that you are following, which any other guy on campus is watching? A gentleman that you are following, which any other lady is watching. You are all competitors.
And say,
you are not owners.
Sometimes, as young people, when we want something, we want the best one. If he's a guy, you want the most beautiful, the most fashionable lady. If it's a lady, she wants the guy with swag, the guy with we are young people. This sort of this, but you forget that some of these things are the same thing that most, because we are in the same bracket, most of the things that people are also, wishing they can get. That is where these such issues come in. And we begin to have issues as to guys are, pressuring you, race with guys and so on and so on, this stuff. But sir, let me ask you this. So with all this you are saying, is it that when we want to enter into a relationship, we should set some boundaries, some rules for ourselves, or is just a world where we can just explore as and when things pop up, we learn from it and we move on, or we set some mutual rules for ourselves?
Good. You just said it all. Two things. What am I entering it for? So these are the areas you set your rules, your goals. I'm entering into this relationship because I am of age and I think that I need to study somebody so that in future. Now, when is your future? When you say future, what do you mean by in future? Because if your future is not in the next 5 years, if it's not in the next 3 years, if it is not in even perhaps you say in the next 10 years. But you see, the moment you guys leave the four walls of this university, the dynamics change.
Sure.
It changes completely. The dynamics change because now you are going to be exposed to new faces, new people, new features, which perhaps you try to moderate with the ones that you were having previously. And then to you realize that perhaps I even made a mistake by hanging. These are the realities. So at the end of the day, when you get in there, ask yourself, why do I want to enter? You see, basically, this is my point. Students should always ask themselves, people generally, the public is also listening.
Yep.
Ask yourself, why am I entering into this thing? Is it for fun? If it is for fun, then prepare your mind that anything for fun doesn't last long. It will last. So prepare your mind. And can you go to a lady and tell the lady that this thing I'm saying is only for fun? So that the lady also prepare her mind. So our ladies too must come to terms that guys are only exploring. They are exploring, and you will not be the last point. You could be the beginning, you could be in the middle, you could also be the final destination. It depends on various factors. So do not make up your mind that once a guy proposed to you or a guy decided to enter into a relationship with you, which is informal, it's just between the two of you. So prepare your mind that you may be the second customer and there are other customers that you'll be jumping to.
It's your prospect.
It's just exploring, as you use the word, because you are young. And you know, at this age, it's all about exploration. You explore, even academically, you are exploring, career-wise, you are exploring. Now you want to find out, also after school, what will I do with my life? Let me tell you, some people will complete school before they start thinking what they will do with their life. And the moment they get to their house, everything about relationship ends. Help me to finish the course. Who have all this kind of mentality, because the drive is becoming at its highest peak. They want to just find a way of satisfying that drive. All are factors. So for a guy to enter into a relationship, he or she must, in fact, a guy must find out why he's entering. And if it's a lady accepting a proposal, you need to also find out why you are accepting that proposal. These things are things that you don't do whilst you are not too sure, just by entering. No, because it can take your life. I've worked on clients, people are in psychiatric hospital, people are in conditions that we work with on daily basis, all because of relationship. So it is something, an institution that you don't play with. Please, you don't have to play with. If it is about satisfying your drive, please, there are many ways to divert that drive. There are many ways to handle that. If you are not too sure what you are entering, please think through it. Think through it and know that this thing I'm putting myself in, it is not a small task. It's a big responsibility. So students, public must know when you are entering to such institution. It's a noble institution in a way. It's wonderful, especially the beginning is wonderful, but usually the ending is the problem. Whether it will end successfully or painfully, these are the issues we should note.
So say, I'm a young lady. You're still at the premises of campus days. I'm a young lady. I'm a young guy. I've spotted this lady. Or this guy has approached me with this. So what should I do?
Good. We can do the following. Basically, you can first of all ask yourself, am I ready for this journey? Just sit down and ask yourself, okay, am I ready for this journey? And to be ready for the journey, you must first know yourself. Who am I? What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? Because you enter into relationship, people you enter into relationship with should be someone who will complement your weakness, not someone who will expose your weakness. In the sense that if you know your strength and your weakness, you pick somebody who will complement that weakness that you have. So it's also very good, and I want to say this on record, that it's very good. If only you are entering this with all seriousness, please see a counselor first to help you, assess you, and even help assess the so-called person who is coming. You know, even when we provide premarital counseling to people, there are instances these individuals who even were planning to marry, they come to terms with the reality that they are not compatible. So there's no need continuing the journey, and it ends there. They go for other people, other partners, and they come for counseling, and they are happily married. I've had that experience severally. What people come for counseling,
like
premarital counseling, yeah.
And penalty question, I need to go for counseling first.
So what target are you? What do you want to achieve?
Wow.
No, why? If it's for fun, I'm very careful of my words. If it is for fun, then you don't need that. And that one, prepare your mind that it can end at any time. This is the point. But if it is for some serious business, please, you need to just go beyond proposing, or beyond because you are a young guy, everybody's going to it, you also want to go into it. You want to go beyond if you are a lady by saying, because my colleagues are in it and they've been coming every day talking about boyfriend issues, I also want to enter. That's, I can assure you, it won't work. Because you need to put in a lot of effort. Besides, do you even know the institution you are entering? That thing called dating. That thing called relationship. The time is going to take away from you. Your resources that is going to take away from you. Your mind that is going to, a lot of things are going to be taken by the other partner. The moment you decided to enter into a relationship or you are dating somebody, know that you are not having a single life to live. You should always plan for two, not one. Whatever you are doing, you should plan for two. Because the moment you are not able to take care of the other person very well, then know that the other person can either change his or her mind. So the moment you decide, it's both sides. The lady must know that I have an additional responsibility. So ask yourself, your own responsibility, are you able to carry it to the satisfaction? Let alone adding a additional one. This time around, if you are not dating, take it that you are a gentleman, you are not dating. You can walk out, you can dress and walk out in a normal shirt and go for lectures.
Yes, sir.
But the moment you decided to say I am dating, you will need to please that partner. Not only that
additional
person.
pressure comes.
You're not only going to please that person, but you must make sure you please the friends of that person. Because the same friends will also know that they will say, is that not the lady you are dating? Look at how she dressed. Is that not the gentleman you are dating? Look at how he dressed. So you see the responsibility. So your responsibility now multiplies. Assuming your pocket cannot carry that load. So what happened? That is where students will embezzle their own school fees, all in the name of relationship, hoping against hope that they will get to pay till it comes to examination period, when they will be asked not to write. Even if they write, they will not be able to get their results on time. These are the issues. You put pressure on yourself. Some will be thinking that now that I'm not able to take care of my partner properly, perhaps it's now he has started moving with other ladies, he has started moving with other guys, so they could perhaps take him or her from me. That alone can also create a whole lot of conditions in the person's life. So whilst your colleagues are sleeping, snoring, resting their body, you are awake, down, thinking what perhaps is happening. I've even called her the whole day. She has not picked my call yet. What is happening? He has not called me since morning. What is happening? These are the things. It's so funny. These are the things you'll be thinking about. This is a partner you are called. These days when you call, he's not picking. So you started thinking, what is happening? Unfortunately, they've given them group work. So you started seeing them with other people, other opposite sex. So your problem gradually continues to aggravate. So the question is that, why do you want to enter? If it is just for anything, then don't come. But if it's for serious business, and you in your heart, you are going into serious business, please come for assessment. I always tell people, come for assessment, because people have come for assessment, not necessarily just for fun, but they were ready to marry. There are clients who come for premarital counseling, professional premarital counseling. They later discover that they are not compatible and they go their way. So how much more you? Hey, certain things that we see about a lady or a gent, those things are capable of vanishing. And when they leave, what is going to keep you in the relationship?
Sure.
If the lady is whichever, very beautiful, facially beautiful, I can tell you within a twinkle of an eye, that lady can develop a pimples. That lady can develop rashes, and the rashes mistakenly will appear around the face. What is going to keep you in that relationship? If this is a gentleman who is that type on campus, famous, that fame can go down by the mistake that he will make. Will you be ready to continue? So what exactly is keeping you? What is going to keep you? Let that thing that is going to keep you should be something that is not capable of changing. Somebody will say it's because I love the person. People who use that word don't even understand that word.
The word love.
People who use it mostly, that is the young ones today, who use that word very often. Oh, Charlie, you know I love you. They look at your face the first time, Charlie, I love you. That is fake. Absolutely fake. You can only like something about a person but not love. You can only like something about a person for which reason you think you are attracted to that individual, but it's not love. It's a different entity. So the question is that if you want to enter, ask yourself this simple and basic question: why do I want to enter? Your reason for entering will determine your commitment.
Okay.
The reason why you want to enter will determine your commitment. And remember this: you are adding additional responsibility to your already or existing responsibility.
Said you were saying something about coming for pre-dating. This is the first time of hearing pre-dating. I don't know premarital counseling.
So
Pre-dating. Hey,
do you know marital education?
Marital education.
Yeah.
Oh, not so much. Not into details.
This education is provided to people who are of age, but they have not yet decided. I think on Saturday, a church organized that for their youth. I went there to give them a talk for 2 hours, which I do to other churches. They organize their youth, and I do that. That is pre-marital education. It's different from pre-marital counseling. Pre-marital counseling is for the two individuals who are ready to enter into marriage. But pre-marital education is for those who are of age, but they have not yet decided. They want to know what should I do, and how do I decide what are the characteristics, what should I make as my standard. You know, before you enter into any relationship, you should have your standards.
Sure.
Do the person need this A, B, C, D standards? So we provide them pre-marital education.